It's been a great summer. I mean, we've just been out on the road with McGraw, and
That'll work.
I mean, it has been really awesome. I mean, getting to tour with him and getting to know him on a more of a personal level and kind of know what's always fun about meeting someone that you revere and call a hero is when they live up to what you wanted them to be, and what you had built them up to be. It's so gratifying, and it's totally been that. I mean, he's just been really nice to me. Before the tour started, he and I had a dinner one night and kind of talked about some stuff, and he offered up any time that I wanted to fly on the plane back to Nashville with him. He offered that up, and as I'm getting
now, is he piloting that plane?
Well, no, I'll he's getting his pilot's license now, but he hadn't taken the helm of the jet yet, so I'm thankful for that. But
there goes your ride, by the way.
But I just got myself off the plane ride. But what's funny is in the when we were having that dinner, I was like, oh, sure, I'm sure he'll, I was like, I'm sure I'll get maybe a half a plane ride. But he's been like, hey, man, jump on the plane. I mean, I've been on the plane with him several times, and it's really gotten me home to see the boys and really, because I got to fly back with him on a date, we got to actually add a day to our vacation when around the 4th. So just some stuff he's done and just the way he has included me in the show but
he gets that. Back to this other thing for a second. He gets that because he's got they're growing up now, but he had 3 little girls all at once, and you've got the 2 little guys.
Yeah, and that's kind of what he said. He says, yeah, man, I know you got kids, and I know you want to get home to them, and so many times he. He was able to, even with what was interesting is even with this past weekend, I flew back with him, and when I get home, my wife is up with our youngest, Tate. Tate had a bad case of the croup, and so she had to take him to the doctor like at 3 a.m. She took him to Vanderbilt, which if I wouldn't have been home, she would have had to. It would have been a tough little scenario. Yeah. So instead, I got to stay and stay with Bo, and she went on and took Tate into the hospital, in which he's fine and everything. But so just that little bit getting on the plane helped me be there and watch Bo. But he's been so good to me, and like I said, I've gotten to go out with him night in and night out and do back win, and that's always a highlight of the show. And it was funny when he and I were talking this past weekend, and he kind of looked at me. He was like, oh, well, we're in the last few days of it. I mean, I kind of got really, I didn't want to be all cheesy, but I was like, yeah, man, it's pretty emotional for me because I've just really enjoyed the summer, and it's been a good time.
So did you not know Tim at all? Had never even met him before that dinner?
Not really. Not in the capacity of having a conversation and having a hang. So that was our first time. He pulled a chair out from under me at a radio remote one time or something, and I almost rolled in the aisle. But what I love about Tim is that he's the guy of all guys. You walk by him and he socks you in the arm, and you're like, you're like, and then you kind of have to deliver it back to him. He kind of, when he grabs you, he wrestles with you a little bit. He's just a guy, and it's just nice having a touring with somebody out there that's you get in a barroom brawl, he's got your back.
So what did you learn about McGraw being out with him all summer that you didn't know about him before, outside of the fact that he did live up to your hero expectations?
Well, there's a lot of things. I've just been amazed at night in and night out doing a two-hour show. He's up there doing the Bruce Springsteen set, and I've watched him, night in and night out. Even through his foot injury, he broke his foot.
Now, how did he do that?
I think he was running. He was running a lot before shows, and I think he kind of aggravated it and kept running on it. And there was a joke that he had told some individuals that I saw a spider, and freaked out like a girl and jumped on his foot. And then my rebuttal was I asked to borrow $1 from him, and when he handed me my wallet, it was so heavy it slipped and it landed on his foot.
Right, there you go.